Veteran GOP Senator John McCain reluctantly supports the nuclear option, but reminds his colleagues that in the Senate, the rights of the minority are protected for a reason.
Elections have consequences.
Democrats fought until the end, citing concerns over Gorsuch's conservative record, and still furious about the way Republicans treated President Obama's nominee Merrick Garland, refusing to even give him a hearing for more than 9 months.
That last year was robbed, not just from President Obama, but from the American people by Republicans in the Senate.
Today's vote is a cautionary tale about how unbridled partisan escalation can ultimately overwhelm our basic inclination to work together and frustrate our efforts to pull back, blocking us from steering the ship of the Senate away from the rocks. There's a reason it was dubbed the nuclear option. It's the most extreme measure with the most extreme consequences. And while I'm sure we will continue to debate what got us here, I know that in 20 or 30 or 40 years, we will sadly point to today as a turning point in the history of the Senate and the Supreme Court.
After 200 years, at least 100 years of this tradition where the Senate has functioned pretty well, they think it'd be a good idea to blow it up.
There's some that say
idiot. No, whoever says that is a stupid idiot who has not been here and seen what I've been through and how we were able to avoid that on several occasions. And they're stupid and they've deceived their voters because they're so stupid. I think it's a dark day in the history of the United States Senate. It's going to happen, and it's interesting that Republicans were dead set against it when my former colleague Harry Reid invoked it with the judges, but now it seems to be okay. What we should have done is what we did in 2005, and that was a group of us got together, 14 of us, and said, look, we won't filibuster except under extraordinary conditions. And now we're so polarized now, including between the two leaders, Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer, that there's no communications anymore. But look, if you can do this with 51 votes, what do you think the next nominee is going to be like? And then what do you think is going to happen when eventually the Democrats are in the majority in the Senate? And that's going to happen sooner or later. I hope later.
As the drama continues to unfold here on Capitol Hill today, the actual vote to confirm Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court isn't expected until tomorrow night, right before Congress goes on a 2-week recess.